Christopher Howard Jasper, born December 30th, 1951 and died on February 23, 2025, was an American singer, composer, and producer. Jasper was a former member of the Isley Brothers and Isley-Jasper-Isley, a contributing member to the Isley Brothers Music, 1973 to 1983, and Isley-Jasper-Isley Music, 1984 to 1987. He was also a successful solo musician and record producer, recording over 17 of his own solo albums, including 4 urban contemporary gospel albums, all written, produced and performed, both vocally and instrumentally, by Jasper. He also produced artists for his New York City-based record label, Gold City Records. Jasper's lush keyboard and Moog synthesizer work is his signature contribution to the Isley Brothers music of the 1970s and 1980s, the gold and platinum years, when the Isley Brothers were a self-contained band. Net worth. As of 2025, Chris Jasper's estimated net worth was around $10 million at the time of his death. Much of his wealth has come from his time as a member of the Isley Brothers, which was an immensely successful group that achieved widespread commercial and critical success. Jasper's songwriting royalties, particularly for some of the most iconic hits, have contributed significantly to his net worth. Additionally, his solo career, while not as commercially massive as the Isley Brothers, has still brought in substantial earnings, thanks to album sales, touring, and royalties from his music catalog. His work as a producer, in collaboration with other artists, has also helped to solidify his financial success. Early life and career. Jasper was a classically trained musician and composer. The youngest of 7 siblings, he started studying classical music at the age of 7 at the suggestion of his mother, Elizabeth. After graduating from high school in Cincinnati, he moved to New York to study music composition at the Juilliard School of Music in New York City. He continued his studies at C.W. Post, Long Island University, New York, where he studied with jazz pianist and composer Billy Taylor and received a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in music composition. He subsequently graduated from Concord University School of Law. The Jasper and Isley families lived in the same apartment complex in Cincinnati. While still living in Cincinnati, Jasper's older sister, Elaine, married Rudolph Isley. His vocal trio, formed by the 3 older brothers, Rudolph, Ronald, and O'Kelly, subsequently relocated to Teaneck, New Jersey. While living in Teaneck as a young teenager and attending Teaneck High School, Jasper and the 2 younger Isleys, Marvin and Ernie, formed a band, the Jazzman Trio, with Jasper on keyboards, Ernie on drums, and Marvin on bass. The band played local gigs in the New Jersey area. Along with Jasper, Marvin and Ernie also attended C.W. Post College in New York. While still in college, Jasper, Ernie, and Marvin toured with the older Isley Brothers and played on the earlier recordings, including Ernie's bass guitar on It's Your Thing. Jasper's first of many songs written for the Isley Brothers was Love Put Me on a Corner, released on the Isley's Brother album in 1972. In 1973, Jasper, Marvin, and Ernie brought a new songwriting and musical component to the older Isley Brothers vocal trio, transitioning the Isley Brothers into a self-produced, self-contained 6-member R&B/funk band. Their debut release during this time was the 3+3 album. Jasper was a contributing songwriter, producer, and arranger to the Isley Brothers music from 1973, 3+3, through 1983, Between the Sheets, adding to signature contributions by younger members Ernie and Marvin, and foundational contributions by Kelly, Rudolph, and Ronald Isley. Between the Sheets, the title track written by Ernie, was their final album as a 6-member group. In 1984, the 6-member group disbanded. Jasper, Marvin, and Ernie decided to remain with CBS and record as Isley-Jasper-Isley, while the older Isley Brothers departed the label and unsuccessfully sued the younger brothers and CBS Records, in an attempt to prevent the younger brothers from recording for CBS. Isley-Jasper-Isley was a self-contained, self-produced trio with Jasper as lead singer and continuing his contributing role as a songwriter, producer, and arranger. The trio released 3 albums on CBS Records. Jasper wrote, contributions from Ernie, and sang lead on the group's biggest hit, Caravan of Love, which was covered by English recording artist the Housemartins, who made the song a #1 international hit. In 1987, Isley-Jasper-Isley disbanded. In 1990, Ernie released a solo album on another label. In 1991, Marvin rejoined Ronald as the Isley Brothers, with Ernie following suit later the same year, following Marvin's retirement due to complications with diabetes in 1997. Ronald and Ernie have been the main performers carrying on the Isley Brothers name. Jasper continued on as a solo artist and released 2 albums on his CBS-associated label, Gold City Records, including the #1 R&B hit Superbad in 1988. A song which emphasized the importance of education, a theme Jasper continued to emphasize in many of the songs he wrote after his days with the Isleys. In 1989, Jasper wrote, produced and performed on Make It Last for Chaka Khan's CK album. In all, Jasper released 16 solo albums, including 4 gospel albums. Jasper's January 2013 release titled Inspired by Love, by Life, by the Spirit was a compilation of love songs as well as socially conscious and spiritual tracks. In May 2014, he released The One, reminiscent of the soulful R&B and funk music he wrote for the Isleys. In 2016, he released Share With Me with a cover of the Billy Preston hit, You Are So Beautiful, and a track called America, a tribute to the nation and a call to come together. In April 2018, Jasper pre-released a AA single, The Love That You Give / It's a Miracle, from his 15th solo CD, Dance With You. In 2019, Jasper released a covers album entitled For the Love of You, which included versions of some of the songs Jasper contributed to with the Isley Brothers, including the title track, as well as some well-known R&B and pop classics, including renditions of Sam Cooke's Nothing Can Change This Love, Marvin Gaye's God Is Love, and Van Morrison's Have I Told You Lately. Jasper continued to write, record, and perform all the music on his solo albums and produce artists for his Gold City label, including Liz Hogue, Out Front, and Brothez by Choice. In 2015, in conjunction with Sony Music, Jasper released the Essential Chris Jasper, which encompasses all of the tracks that Jasper sang lead on during the Isley-Jasper-Isley years and his solo career at CBS/Sony Music. Music Jasper worked on with the Isley Brothers has been covered and sampled by artists including Whitney Houston, Aaliyah, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, Queen Latifah, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, Fantasia, Will Smith, and Jaheim. Jasper received numerous gold and platinum albums and music industry awards. Jasper, as a member of the Isley Brothers, and the Isleys were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992-3. In January 2014, Jasper, again as a member of the Isley Brothers, and the Isleys were honored with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2015, Jasper received the German Record Critics Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2016, Jasper was awarded the National R&B Society Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2020, Jasper was awarded the Soultrax Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2022, Jasper, as a member of the Isley Brothers, was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Personal life and death. Jasper lived in New York with his wife for 40 years, Margie Jasper, a New York-based attorney and author. As a devout spiritual individual, Chris Jasper often spoke about the influence of his faith on his music and life. He was deeply inspired by his Christian beliefs and incorporated spiritual themes into much of his work. This was especially true in his later solo albums, where he explored messages of love, unity, and spiritual awakening. Jasper died on February 23, 2025, 2 months after being diagnosed with cancer. He was 73. Rest in peace, Chris Jasper. You may have gone, but you will never be forgotten.